Here's a mystery that's been puzzling scientists for decades. Why do some people age gracefully, maintaining sharp minds and healthy bodies well into their 90s, while others seem to decline rapidly after 60? What if I told you the answer might be sitting in your kitchen right now? I'm talking about coffee, but not in the way you might think. Recent breakthrough research has revealed something extraordinary about this humble beverage that is consumed by over 2 billion people worldwide. We're not just talking about a morning pick-me-up. We're talking about a drink that may fundamentally alter how your cells age. Let me share with you a discovery that's reshaping everything we thought we knew about aging and longevity. But first, I need to be absolutely clear. This content is for informational purposes only and does not constitute medical advice. Always consult with a healthcare professional for any health concerns or before making significant changes to your diet or lifestyle. Now let's dive into this fascinating scientific journey. To understand coffee's anti-aging power, we first need to understand what aging actually is at the cellular level. In 2013, scientists identified what they call the 9 hallmarks of aging. 9 fundamental processes that drive how and why we age. Think of these as the 9 ways your body's warranty expires. The first hallmark is genomic instability, essentially. Your DNA starts getting scratched like an old CD. The second is telomere attrition. The protective caps on your chromosomes get shorter with each cell division, like shoelaces fraying. Then there's epigenetic alterations. Your genes don't change, but how they're expressed does, like a piano with keys that start sticking. The fourth hallmark is loss of proteostasis. Your cellular cleanup crew gets lazy, and damaged proteins accumulate like garbage in your cells. Fifth is deregulated nutrient sensing. Your cells lose their ability to properly respond to nutrients, like a car with a broken fuel gauge. Mitochondrial dysfunction comes sixth. Your cellular power plants start breaking down, leaving you with less energy. The seventh hallmark is cellular senescence. This is where it gets really interesting. Some of your cells become what researchers dramatically call zombie cells. They're damaged and should die, but they refuse to. Instead, pumping out toxic signals that damage neighboring healthy cells. The eighth hallmark is stem cell exhaustion. Your body's repair crew gets tired and keep up with maintenance. Finally, there's altered intercellular communication. Your cells stop talking to each other properly, like an orchestra where the musicians can't hear the conductor. Here's where coffee enters our story, and it's more fascinating than you might expect. Coffee isn't just caffeine dissolved in water. It's actually one of the most complex beverages on Earth. It's containing over 1,000 different bioactive compounds. The stars of this molecular symphony are compounds called polyphenols, particularly chlorogenic acids and caffeic acid. These aren't just antioxidants, they're cellular protective agents that work in ways scientists are still discovering. When you drink coffee, these compounds don't just neutralize free radicals. They actually communicate with your cells, turning on protective pathways and turning off harmful ones. Now here's where the science gets really exciting. Researchers have discovered that coffee consumption directly impacts almost all 9 hallmarks of aging. Let's start with those zombie cells I mentioned, formerly called senescent cells. Scientists at the University of Minnesota have found that certain compounds in coffee may help your immune system clear these cellular zombies more effectively. It's like giving your body's cleanup crew better tools and more energy to do their job. But coffee's anti-aging arsenal doesn't stop there. The polyphenols in coffee have been shown to protect DNA from damage. Addressing the genomic instability hallmark, they help maintain the cellular cleanup systems that prevent damaged proteins from accumulating. They even appear to support mitochondrial function, keeping your cellular power plants running more efficiently. Perhaps most remarkably, coffee consumption has been linked to reduced inflammation throughout the body. Chronic low-grade inflammation, sometimes called inflammaging, is now recognized as a major driver of the aging process. Coffee's anti-inflammatory effects may be one of the key mechanisms behind its longevity benefits. The epidemiological evidence is overwhelming. More than 50 studies involving millions of people across different countries and ethnicities have found the same remarkable pattern. People who regularly consume moderate amounts of coffee, typically 2 to 4 cups per day, live longer and healthier lives. The numbers are striking. Coffee drinkers have approximately a 17% lower risk of dying from any cause compared to non-coffee drinkers. When you translate this into years of life, we're talking about an average increase in healthy lifespan of about 1.8 years. But it's not just about living longer, it's about living better. Coffee consumption is associated with lower rates of cardiovascular disease, certain cancers, neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, and even depression. It's like coffee provides a broad-spectrum protection against the diseases of aging. Recent research has revealed something even more intriguing. Timing matters. A major study published in the European Heart Journal found that morning coffee consumption provided the greatest mortality benefits. People who drank their coffee primarily in the morning had a 16% lower risk of death compared to non-coffee drinkers. While those who spread their consumption throughout the day didn't see the same benefit, this suggests that coffee's interaction with our circadian rhythms may be important for maximizing its anti-aging effects. The morning timing may optimize coffee's impact on our natural daily cycles of cellular repair and maintenance. You might be wondering, what's the optimal coffee strategy for anti-aging? Based on the current research, the sweet spot appears to be 2 to 4 cups of regular coffee per day, consumed primarily in the morning. Both caffeinated and decaffeinated coffee show benefits, though caffeinated coffee tends to show stronger effects in most studies. The preparation method may also matter. While the research includes various brewing methods, what's consistent is that we're talking about coffee, not coffee drinks loaded with sugar and cream. The anti-aging benefits seem to come from the coffee compounds themselves, not from what we add to them. It's also worth noting that individual responses to coffee vary significantly. Some people metabolize caffeine much more slowly than others due to genetic differences. If coffee makes you jittery or disrupts your sleep, those negative effects could outweigh the potential anti-aging benefits. This is why personalized approaches to nutrition and lifestyle are so important. Looking toward the future, we're entering an exciting era of aging research. Scientists are developing drugs called senolytics that can selectively eliminate senescent zombie cells. They're exploring epigenetic reprogramming techniques that might reverse some aspects of cellular aging. These approaches are still experimental and years away from clinical application, but they represent the cutting edge of anti-aging science. What's remarkable is that coffee, this ancient beverage that humans have been consuming for centuries, appears to naturally target many of the same pathways that these advanced therapies are trying to address. It's a perfect example of how sometimes the most sophisticated solutions are hiding in plain sight. The story of coffee and aging illustrates something profound about the relationship between diet and longevity. We're not just talking about avoiding disease. We're talking about actively promoting health and vitality at the cellular level. Every cup of coffee represents a complex interaction between hundreds of bioactive compounds and intricate cellular pathways that govern how we age. As we continue to unlock the mysteries of aging, coffee serves as both a practical tool we can use today and a window into understanding the fundamental biology of longevity. The next time you enjoy your morning coffee, remember, you're not just satisfying a craving or getting a caffeine boost. You're participating in one of the most studied and promising anti-aging interventions available today. But remember, this information is for educational purposes only. Individual responses to coffee vary, and what's optimal for one person may not be optimal for another. Always consider your own health status, any medical conditions you may have, and consult with healthcare professionals when making decisions about your diet and lifestyle. The science of coffee and aging continues to evolve, with new discoveries being published regularly. What we know today represents just the beginning of understanding how this remarkable beverage interacts with our biology to promote health and longevity. The future of aging research is bright, and coffee appears to be playing a starring role in this exciting scientific story. Now, I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me, what's your current coffee routine? Are you a morning-only drinker, or do you spread your cups throughout the day? Have you noticed any changes in how you feel since adjusting your coffee habits? Your experience could help other viewers optimize their own longevity strategy. If this deep dive into coffee science fascinated you, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. See you in the next video.